Steps away from the Super Bowl. And we're underway in this NFC divisional matchup. Has this at the 6. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They stick with McCaffrey. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Penix made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. He breaks the tackle. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Kenneth hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and the next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. He loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing from the gun. He's going to push one deep down the right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Here we go. Shot. Track at 60. Panther 11.
Throw on 3rd down. It's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Looking to the air here. That one's complete, right side.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Second and 3 now.
Let's go.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Ready, ready. Last thing, 19. Ready.
Back to throw. Finds him a massive hit. The ball is out. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Oh boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of them. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it, and they've done it on back-to-back drives.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Penix here from the gun. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Penix working from the gun. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Mitch Wisnowski headed back out as they'll punt it away once more. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. So no return on that punt. And the Seahawks drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
7 Pirates. Let's go now. Go.
They're going play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Trap 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, here's Penix. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action.
And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The 49ers parlay the interception into points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Now an inside give to Walker. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Here's 2nd and 5. He finds Fate. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Walker now from the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Come 19, come on, set.
Setting up a throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. He'll get this one to Cowie. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Reek Woolen. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They go play action. Here's Penix. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's complete. Here's Cowie. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Penix on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
19 Tigers. Let's get 19. 19 Lions.
And again, it's Penix. Chased out to his right. He connects downfield on 4. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. What a play on 4th down. They get the first after a gain of 27.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or 2 ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
This time it's a passing play. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Moody knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Catch is made down the right sideline. A big completion for the rookie out of Colorado. It gets his guys a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Go. Go.
Walker on 1st down. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you could see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Seahawks trying to make some noise before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Come on, set, ready.
Staying with Walker. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Connects with fate. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go.
A give up the gut to Walker. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks get some late points and the lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Penix on 1st down. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, San Francisco. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Pass play on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down. Running back, motioning right. 2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. He's keeping it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Now Seattle going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll throw on first. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go with Walker here. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 10. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. It's Walker on the give. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Gets this to Fant. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. To the ground with Walker. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, let's go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check go.
Looking for a throw here. Hauled in left side. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and goal, here's Walker. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
On 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks take the lead right away in half number 2. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Penix working from the gun. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Left side secured by Ayuk. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down, 49ers.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10.
Let's go now. 18, right here.
From the shotgun, Penix. He's on the move. No one around. He's got space. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one goes for 25 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
60
Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. It's inside the 10. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. He has the San Francisco touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's trying to push the field. Oh no, they get him yet again. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the 49ers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
2nd and 3 now. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Penix on 3rd down. This is McCaffrey, left side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
70 Lions, back at 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Raptors, 18 Raptors.
Penix now on 1st down. Hits his running back. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kay, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
Penix now. Finds his back complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion.
And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. On his Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game.
Seahawks 21.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively. But listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, You're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He finds Fant. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Let's go now. Check go.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's looking deep once again. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. T. Higgins, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. On target to his man Higgins. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Go.
They are throwing it again. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Come 19. Come 19. Here we go.
3rd and long for him here. Forced out to his right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Jason Myers now going to try to knock this through for the Seahawks. From the left hash, 54 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good. And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds after getting it all the way down inside the kicking team's 45.
We get to playoff football, Kate, and every team's going to excel in 3 phases. You've got to. Offense, defense, special teams. What an excellent return. And the type of effort they expect from themselves in postseason football.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to the 40. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run, more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. 49ers feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
19 tight, 19 tight. Set, ready.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. On the move, headed right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
2nd and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. He'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.